Wake up, grab your phone, good vibes everywhere. Ryder's got big muscles, Lisa's got the hair. You never know what they're gonna say, but there's a 45% chance you might like it anyway. It's the sauce, they're spilling it live for you. It's the sauce with your favorite morning crew. It's the sauce, 2 hours will fly by. They don't know what they're doing, but they're gonna try. It's the sauce.
I'm Janelle from Darwell, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
Hi, I'm Larry from New Jersey, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
Hey, I'm Courtney, hanging out with you from Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
I think I recognize that Courtney voice. That's from The Goat.
What's like meaning the radio station, The Goat?
No, she just owns some goats out there.
Oh, that sounds like a Lloydminster storyline.
Lloyd's popped up a lot on this show over the last couple weeks.
They love the sauce.
Hello and welcome to the Sports Interaction Studio. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning. Happy that you could join us here on the show.
Man, the chat room is popping off. Thank you for being here this early on a Thursday, mini Friday. Like, let's be real. It's pretty much the weekend. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're liking this video. That means the world to us. It really does. And make sure you're subscribed to Oilers Nation. We have a stacked show today.
Sure do.
We are going to be joined by a broadcasting legend / author. Mm-hmm. You know him. James Duthie is going to be joining us at 8:30, unless he gets distracted and he's on the golf course again. Because if you follow him on social media, he's still golfing this time of year.
Yeah, I would get it if he was in Victoria. I didn't realize that in Ontario you can golf into December damn near. But.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Then we're going to be joined by an Edmonton legend, somebody who has been making a name for himself over the past couple years. If you've never heard of Ram's Food Reviews, it's a guy here in Edmonton who made it his goal to find the best butter chicken dish in the city. Mm-hmm. And he's completed it. He has tried over 50 dishes. He's going to come in, break down why he started this, maybe give us his top 5.
Well, yeah, he said he's going to announce his winner and
best.
Second, third place here on the show live.
And he's an absolute beauty. Mm-hmm. This guy, he's a movie buff. I'm sure he's going to drop some deep cut quotes from movies that it's going to go right over our heads. But if you love movies, you're going to just love this guy. So we got some fun guests on the show. We're going to check in with Kennedy and Waz, who work here at Oilers Nation. You know them. They're awesome on our socials. They're at West Edmonton Mall already for the Oilers autograph session.
Yeah.
Already. We've got Oilers gal in the chat with us who said, this will help the first 2 hours of me standing in line fly by. She's tuned in to the sauce from West Edmonton Mall. I said, Oilers gal, you gotta tag us in pictures. I need to know what's going on down there.
It is interesting. I think that if you look at joining the lineup this early to meet some of your favorite Oilers in 12 hours, 10 hours, whatever. You look back on that years from now, and what a fun memory. I still remember waiting in line to see the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band outside Nashville North at the Calgary Stampede. And the only reason I remember that day or night is because we stood in line for 8 hours to get in.
Did they play Mr. Bojangles?
I believe they probably did.
Probably.
I think they played Fishing in the Dark twice. I caught it the second time. As we walked in, it was their last song.
Of course, that's their encore choice.
But I feel like that's where some of the vibes come from. The wait is part of the story.
Right.
And if you have somebody to sub off, you know what I mean? Hey, the two of us will go for this autograph session. Waz and Kennedy are. Uh-huh. Maybe Waz goes to the water park for 2 hours, comes back, cuts off his band that he got in with, gives it to Kennedy. She goes in for 2 hours. Comes back, all of a sudden they've both had an awesome day and they're so close to meeting some Oilers.
Go hit up Bourbon Street, have a couple beers, switch off, go to the casino. What else could you do? Go check out the seals.
Exactly.
Go stand on the pirate ship.
Pretend you're a pirate for a bit.
Yeah. There are some other people in the chat that are also at West Ed waiting in line. Lance Kane 18.
What about getting your Christmas shopping done? How convenient would that be? Like, plan it around this event where one of you goes out and does shopping and then the other person holds the line. You know what I mean?
Are you ready for this story in the chat? People at the front told me they have been here since yesterday.
No.
Since yesterday.
And McDavid doesn't even sign jerseys and stuff.
Well, he's not allowed to.
I know. But it is interesting that I could see myself standing in line for that if you could turn a $200 jersey into a $1,200 jersey overnight.
Northside Norm is in the dry line. Maybe we need to pop by. Do you guys need anything?
Everybody will think we're budding.
No.
Yeah.
We'll bring you guys something. What do you want? Hit us up in the chat. You want some donuts?
Jersey Mike's, you want a sub?
Is that open?
Yeah, on the north side. I heard it's great.
All right. Maybe Northside Norm already has one in his pocket. You got to pack snacks if you're waiting in line for that long.
The old sub pocket. I host the Edmonton Elks games, and one of the games that we do is that Tim Hortons Coffee Cup Shuffle. And the one game I was like, so if you win this, if you can identify where the Tim Hortons Timbit is, you're going to win yourself a gift card. And if you lose, you're going to get this stale sugar Timbit from my pocket. And it had lint on it.
Ew. I feel like people always get that cup game right.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy.
It's been dark roast for 2 years straight.
Always dark roast.
The answer is dark roast. If you ever get on with me, just go with dark roast.
Okay, so people in the chat that are waiting in line, they do want some snacks. They want some caffeine. Just hold my spot while I use the washroom, please.
Okay, well, let us know what line you're in throughout the morning. And we'll do our best to maybe zip over there after our show and drop off some goods, hey?
Yeah.
But only to saucers.
Yeah, if you don't know what the sauce is,
Yeah.
you're not getting anything. So
we have to come up with like a
code word.
Secret handshake type, yeah. Or a movement that they'll know it's us.
I got it. What if we, after the show today, have a trivia question? And if you don't know the answer to it because you weren't tuned into the sauce all morning, you're not getting anything.
Okay, I have another idea.
Okay.
What if we had people go like this when they look at us?
What's that? Oh, it's someone pouring out sauce.
It's getting sauce out of the jar. So if we see you and you do this, you'll get a donut or something.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, it's way easier than my suggestion.
Well, I think it's cooler too. It's
Yeah.
like our first gang sign. Finally, I've always wanted one.
Okay, we got to check in with producer Reece and get into what he was so excited to do last night. He got to leave work. He picked up a Zaw. Okay, producer Reece, let's see your beautiful face this morning.
Hello.
What happened last night? Tell us everything. From the second you left work, what did you do?
Yeah, left work pretty much. Started coordinating and playing with my girlfriend. I picked up the pizza. She picked up the popcorn. And then went straight home and banged out Stranger Things.
I thought you were going to say we banged it out. I was
really
like,
horrible
well, we don't
way
need
of
to
saying
know
that.
every detail of your night with Jess, but all right, man, you do
Okay.
you.
Got through all the episodes.
Of course, wholesome Reese wouldn't go there, but you did with your mind, filthy animal.
I think everybody did.
Not me. I knew. I was just waiting for him to finish that sentence.
Reece, can you put a poll up in the chat? Who else had a dirty mind in that moment? I can't be the only one.
Sorry.
So you went home, you watched the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things. I heard that it crashed for some people because it was so bumping on
Yeah.
Netflix last night. Did it work for you?
Yeah, no, I was fine. Like, we got on basically like right around 6 when it came out. So we just pretty much no looking back after that. Just
Awesome.
started cruising through.
Was it pretty good?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Like, I'm excited for more people to watch it so that we can talk about it more in depth at some point.
True.
Alright.
That's true. So if you want to talk to Reece about Stranger Things, you can hit him up.
Yeah, slide in there.
Slide into his DMs. But yeah, please get that poll up. I need to know. I need to know if anyone else's mind went there. I don't want to be the only pervert on the show.
You're
okay?
the only pervert. We know that wholesome Reese wouldn't go there, Lisa.
Okay, whatever.
It was quite a...
Secret Life. Speaking of amazing shows, Ryder and I have been crushing Pluribus. Reece did mention that he started that with his girlfriend. They're not caught up, though. We've watched the 4 episodes that are out.
I feel like we've watched 5 now.
Oh, maybe that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
5 episodes. The latest one, massive reveal. This is a spoiler-free zone, by the way. If you don't even know what Pluribus is, it's a show on Apple, and it's one of those shows you got to go in blind. I'm not going to tell you the plot. You just got to watch it. It's so brilliant. It's created by, what's his last name? Vince
Gill. Vince
No,
Gill.
that's the singer. That's the country singer from the 90s that now tours with the Eagles.
He does some incredible work on TV. He's
not
like
his name.
He's like the country equivalent of 50 Cent, who,
Vince
produces
Gallagher?
No, it's Gill.
It's not Vince Gill. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. He made Breaking Bad. He worked on X-Files back in the day. Better Call Saul.
Is it Vince Gilligan?
Yes.
Okay.
We were so close. Vince Gill. What a throwback.
Yeah.
Incredible artist, though. Shout out to Vince Gill.
Didn't he end up joining the Eagles?
He did. He's with them right now. I think he's performing with them at the Sphere in Vegas.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Attaboy, Vince.
Pluribus is so good. There's this plot twist at the end of the latest episode. Oh, baby, every conversation in that show matters.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
It's one of those shows, too. I like that a lot of different shows are doing this now, where they make it so you can't pick up your phone. You don't want to miss anything.
You really don't.
And like, there was a stretch there where we were all addicted to our phones and shows hadn't figured out yet that they have to just keep hooking you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go to watch a show and then I'd realize I watched the first 4 minutes and missed the rest.
I will say sometimes I'll go on Twitter and search the show that I'm currently watching to get a couple spoilers, like not ones that ruin the show for me. But for example, in the latest episode, there is the smallest cameo from someone on the show. And I looked it up and it's someone who's being the mayor of the city. And it actually is the mayor.
Yeah, that's cool, hey?
So I thought that was kind of cool. I would have never known that otherwise.
A dork says, Vince the ShamWow guy by chance? Is that the Vince that you were thinking of?
No. Did that guy die? No, he
No.
went to jail.
I think he's running for politics right now, the ShamWow guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he is running for politics.
Who's the infomercial guy? Let's try that again. I glitched. Who's the infomercial guy that died? The guy who made the OxyClean.
The big dude.
What's his name? He's dead, right?
He's the glue? Did he do the glue
No, he did
ones?
OxyClean. Because remember, his son was posting on social media recently on the anniversary of his death. And when he went to his tombstone, somebody left some of the product.
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays. Yeah, he's passed on. Rest in peace. Never bought any of his product, but I would watch those infomercials from beginning to end because there was just so much energy.
He had pipes, eh? Just a thick set dude. He should have been in the NFL.
I don't remember. I think he had a good hairline. He had some
did have a
nice,
great
dark,
hairline.
thick brown hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Who cares? How'd we get here? Let's check in with everyone in the chat. Welcome to the Sports Interaction Studio. You're on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa and producer Reece.
This is great. Our chat's going to pop off and our numbers are going to go through the roof if we just keep not knowing things that everybody should know.
We're really good at that.
Then everybody just answers in the chat. So thank you for that. Nathan came in with the answer. Ryan, Lance. We got Mo in there giving us answers.
Perfect.
Rogue Wave Creative dishing out the things that we don't know that we should.
Yep, means a lot.
Big day today in the NFL as well. We've got 3 games on the schedule. The Lions, Packers, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Bengals, Ravens.
And that first game, the Lions game, happening in Detroit, a massive rivalry, and I think it kicks off at like 11 a.m. our time.
That's so sweet.
What a stacked day of sports.
If you have a TV in your office, nobody's paying attention to their work today.
No.
Like,
No.
I don't know why business owners in Canada are like, yeah, you can have the holiday too. Because
should have-
nobody's focusing.
They should have a big TV outside the lineup at the autograph session.
Oh, so people can watch football games.
It's perfect.
Yeah. We could just go with an iPad, be super popular.
Yeah.
But we're only going to let you look at it if you go like this.
Yeah, you can only do that. Otherwise, you can't know the scores. Sorry.
There are some other stories that are circulating and making headlines today that we wanted to go through before we get James Duthie on, the TSN legend.
I even warned him. So we were texting. I said, I need to get you on the show. We want to talk about your brand new book, Certified Beauties. It's the second installment of his original book that was actually a #1 national bestseller called Beauties, all these inside stories of people in the NHL. And then he's like, perfect. I'll get back to you later. I'm just out right now. And then I check Instagram and he's on the golf course. Hours go by. Still haven't heard back from James. So I was like, do I bug him again or am I annoying?
Yeah, you're annoying.
And I said, I don't care. I'm bugging him again. And I sent him a picture of our guests who ghosted plaque on the wall. And I said, don't make me add you to this. And all he wrote back was, haha, Sean Avery, makes sense. See you then. So let's hope that he doesn't forget about us this morning.
Yeah, it would be rough to have the first name on that list that ghosted to be Sean Avery, and then the next one's just a guy who's known to be so kind.
Just the wholesome Canadian broadcaster, award-winning broadcaster.
That's if we had a thing up on the wall that said perverts and we had to put Reece on there after this morning. I'd feel bad about that, you know?
Yeah. It's true. Lance wrote, there actually is a giant TV in the line at the autograph signing, but it just says Eddie Bauer, love your adventure. We got to find out a way to rig that. We got to get in there and put on some football.
Somebody call Eddie and say, this isn't your time.
No, it's not your time. We're aware that you exist. You've always existed. And people are going to come into your store around the holidays anyway. Everyone's dad needs a new long sleeve shirt. They're gonna walk in the door.
Votes are in.
Okay.
And 67% of people also thought Reece was going full nasty.
I wouldn't mind if we got a bit more honesty in the show, though. Like if that does happen, slide it into the convo.
Can't just be dropping that.
Why not?
What'd you do last night? Well, first of all,
anyway, we got to talk about this son who is making headlines. It's basically a real story. Well, similar to
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire or the Ed Gein story, which is such a messed up story.
Both sides of the spectrum for those two shows. They couldn't be more different, but there is one thing in common. They dress up as a mom. So this Italian man being investigated after he dressed up as his deceased mother in a pension scam. She had passed away 3 years ago and was due to get $60,000 a year.
Are you ready? We're going to reveal the jump scare that is the side-by-side of what she actually looked like compared to him dressed up as her in just a moment. So be prepared for that.
And, if you're just listening and not watching, I guess all we have to tell you is that they look so much alike. I mean, he actually did a pretty damn good job.
He did. That's the first thing Reece said when he sent us the photo in our group chat yesterday. He's like, not going to lie, kind of killed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Pun unintended.
But here's what ended up shaking down afterwards. We're just working on getting you that picture. They said she looked very much like the woman in the photo on the ID. There it is.
How long did it take you to realize who's who? A couple seconds.
Honestly.
A couple seconds.
Like if the camera would have been from the same era, I don't know if we would be able to tell. Like the way I was able to tell is that the son, the camera's better. Right?
Yeah.
But
you can see a little bit of the facial hair on the chin, but I mean, I feel like when I'm that age, I will have that. So still pretty accurate.
So this is what the lead investigator said. She very much looked like the woman in the photo, as I guess he did. But there was something that didn't convince the employee. It was the hair on her neck, the heavy makeup, and it looked like there were beard holes protruding from the grease paint.
Which is also fine. Like if that's how you want to leave the house and that's how you want to go and shop and stuff, to each their own, truly. Yeah. But I think what made them go, oh, this is a little bit sketchy, was the fact that this woman didn't have a driver's license or something. Like what were the details that made them go, wait, something...
Yes, this employee ends up going forward and saying, hey, I think something sketchy's going on. They roll the tape, and this person pulled up to the bank and got out, and they realized that she didn't have a driver's license. You're right.
Right.
And so they just did a little digging. Turns out, yep, that's the woman's son, which I understand for pension.
Right. Like this was a money thing. If this was someone just in a grocery store shopping, I would never... call the cops. I'd be like, you do you on a Tuesday afternoon, whatever. But the fact that they were taking out money,
it kind of feels like it's their money though, doesn't it? I feel like pension should be paid out like to a certain age, whether you survive or not. Your family then gets your pension. Like why does just surviving mean that you're eligible to make way more money than somebody who just dies?
So in your mind, you don't think that this guy deserves jail time? You're like, oh,
no, I think that's a pretty greasy move.
That's a really good wig. Like wherever this guy got his wig,
I can just
Like,
see.
send us the link, because I would definitely use that website for my next Halloween costume.
That's a good Halloween
It's a
costume.
really good wig.
I could see why he wanted to, but yes, I still think he should have to face the punishment for absolutely ripping people off. But that's one of the stories that is making news today.
A real life Mrs. Doubtfire / kind of Ed Gein story, but not. Because not as messed up.
Another story that a lot of people are talking about, did you hear the transportation secretary in the States and the comments that he made about people while traveling?
No.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Is this like another take on someone being overheard saying something inappropriate or wrong? Oh, he just straight up said it in a
This was a press conference.
Okay.
He said that we should try not to wear pajama pants and slippers to the airport.
Okay, wait, I did see this.
Mm-hmm.
In an actual like court setting.
Yeah.
He was like, stop dressing like a lazy person at the airport, which really only inspires me to want to dress worse.
You want to be a badass?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, these Scooby-Doo pajama pants, I'm so hardcore right now.
I want to wear my Justin Bieber smiley slippers and I'm going to go even further and drag my feet. I'm going to be one of those.
Yeah. Get
people
those
that-
wet Uggs on.
Yeah.
Just making weird noises all the way down the hallway.
They do say that if you dress nice at the airport, you're more likely to get upgraded on the plane. But I feel like we're at this point where I'm not going to believe that because
and they sell those off now.
that's right.
Like you can bid to get upgraded and they'll just take the lowest bid if there's nobody else.
Right.
So those seats are now, they've figured out a way to make money off of no shows in the business class.
And also, I know that you've probably heard, oh, flight attendants love when you bring them a treat on the plane. Listen, Ryder and I have tried this trick twice now.
0 for 2.
0 for 2. We have brought them a massive Toblerone, and then they go, oh, where's your seat? And then they write it down on the chocolate bar. And then in your mind, you're thinking, oh my gosh,
We're getting free drinks.
we are getting extra pretzels on this flight for sure. Nothing.
No.
They don't even come by and say hi.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time with the flight attendants and spending $30 on a massive Toblerone. Keep it to yourself. In fact, eat it and look them in the eye when they're doing the tutorial of how to survive if the plane goes down.
In pajama pants.
In your pajama pants.
But that feels like one place to me where you should be able to dress down. Like if you're going to be on a plane, an international flight, let's say, for 14 hours, who wants to dress in business wear?
No one.
Right? So mind your own business, actually, guy.
Yeah, I think that he's probably seen some backlash since that. You can't just tell people what to wear on a flight, especially when they're spending that much money to fly.
Also, are there not other things that you need to be worried about as the transportation secretary? You're worried about somebody's pajama pants?
Yeah.
Like, work on the lines.
Work on those lights that are 3.5 minutes long. I should not be sitting at a red light for an entire Sean Desmond song.
Work on the airlines actually picking up the phone if you have a significant issue. Like, there's other things. Work on security at airports.
Ryder and I were driving towards downtown the other day. And with the new LRT that they put in right at the top of that hill where you go down and it's a beautiful view of the city before you cross the bridge.
Yeah, it's on.
Where is that?
It's on 90th as you're heading towards downtown from the east side of town.
Okay, so when you're driving down there, if the LRT is driving at the same time as you, it feels like it's about to hit your car before it turns.
Yeah.
We both screamed. I was like, this is going to be the end of us, the LRT.
Yeah, it's like it's like it was playing chicken with us a little bit, but then it just veers off last minute. So I guess we won.
Yeah.
That game of chicken.
But it was really scary.
Nice try, LRT.
Anyway, wanted to give some love to those of you who are already in the chat today. Thank you so much. Make sure you're liking this video. It's awesome to see this many people checking in. How many of you are at West Edmonton Mall waiting in line to get an autograph by one of your favorite players on the Oilers? Hit us up. Let us know because we might pop by at some point after the show and just come visit. Maybe take your spot for a couple minutes while you go to the washroom. Yeah, you got to be doing this. So let's check in. We got Ryan in the chat, Amanda, Rogue Wave Create. We got CBB, Wade checking in from Mexico today. Calvin Pickard in the chat. Mo, Catherine, Yeah, thanks everyone.
I remember watching Oilers Nation every day, and a lot of these Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard, like real name players, but that's their usernames were in the chat. I was like, whoa, they're getting actual players who are just jumping in on the chat. That's so cool.
I mean, I do believe that some of the players check out the shows.
I bet they just go with like other names, like CBB87 is maybe McDavid.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, love your work.
Some more stories that are being featured and making headlines around the world. A New York woman has filed a $5 million lawsuit against post-consumer brands claiming her honeycomb cereal box contained fewer servings than advertised. So it says 13 servings. She measured it out, 12. She called it false and misleading. Back in the day, I used to look down on people that would do this and hold companies like that accountable. You know what I mean? If somebody's like, my burger wasn't as big as the billboard, I'm like, get the hell over it. Get another burger.
How about the people that go to the Subway and then they pull out, they measure it to make sure
It's 12?
and they've gone to court and won.
Yeah. So now, though, that everything's gotten so expensive in the world, I actually root for these people. Like, why wouldn't we be on team, this chick took the time to measure out honeycomb servings to realize we're all getting screwed and then hold a multinational organization accountable for lying to us. Like, go get it.
Yeah,
I don't know
whatever.
why she deserves $5 million. Like, maybe she should just get a bowl of cereal.
I was going to say,
Like, if they settle with just one serving.
we're so sorry. Here's a lifetime supply of our product that you're so passionate about.
Or, like, she gets a toy in her cereal box like the good old days.
Ooh.
Throw one of those in and people aren't going to be measuring your servings.
Do you remember when you used to get your cereal and it would come with a CD and it would be a game that you could play on your PC in the computer room? And there was that one that was the roller coaster game.
Yeah.
Really popular back in the day. I think we got a Tetris game at one point.
There was, like, the California summer games where you could hacky sack. Remember that one?
No, I
And
never
you
got
could
that one.
surf.
Did you ever used to play You Don't Know Jack alone in your computer room and get every answer wrong because you were only 10?
Yeah, and Leisure Suit Larry, actually.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, yeah, you should play it. It's fun.
Okay, we're really excited about our first guest that's going to be joining us shortly here. Sorry, I'm just assuming he is because he just texted me.
Sweet.
He said,
Link's
you want me to
not
pop on
working.
right at 10:30, a few minutes early? Oh, yeah, he's in Eastern time. So
Yeah, get him on.
to him,
Let's
it's,
do this.
I said anytime, we're ready now. But the reason that we wanted to talk to James today is because he has a brand new book out. And I know that I've heard him say over the past couple months here that he feels annoying, bugging people, talking about his book. I think doing a book tour is exhausting.
And the publishers have expectations, too, a lot of the times
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, you need to...
Sell this book.
we want 3 tweets a day. And if you look at James' Twitter, he doesn't tweet about 3 things a day about the same thing ever.
No.
Like, he just feels like he's going too hard on it.
I remember watching an interview with Cher. Yes, the iconic singer Cher. And she was doing a book tour for part 1 of her memoir. And in her interviews on TV, they were like, how's the book tour going? And she was like, I'm over it. And I loved that honesty. And I wonder if James is in the same boat because I know he's jumping on with us this morning. I know he's joining a podcast later tonight. It's
Yeah.
busy.
We've got him on right now.
Okay, so this is so exciting for us and so thrilled that those of you who are waiting in line already at West Edmonton Mall to get some autographs from some of your favorite Edmonton Oilers, this will help time fly by because James is going to come through with a couple stories.
Yeah, and we're going to make sure that we get a couple Edmonton stories out of him as well.
So with more than 50 wild news stories from some of the biggest names in hockey, if you're a fan of hockey, which we know you are, you're going to want to pick up his brand new book. He's an iconic award-winning Canadian broadcaster. And of course, after the inevitable success of his book, Beauties, that he released before this, that one was a #1 national bestseller. So he's back at it to tell us all about his new book, Certified Beauties. Please welcome to the sauce, James Duthie.
What's going on?
Hey.
Oh man, my
How's
head
that
is
for an intro?
too big. I have a giant head. I got to get back a little bit from the screen. It's just like
We were not sure if you were going to be checking in from home or maybe from the golf course again today.
I am definitely home. I think it's over. I put that on Instagram yesterday. I golfed yesterday, and then we had this dramatic weather change overnight in Toronto, and yeah, I think it's over. There's snow on the ground. It's like -3, wind chill. It's all those things that would say that my golfing year is over, tragically.
Yeah, but I mean, December is next week. Like, do you think that this is the latest in the season that you've ever golfed, or has it been later than this?
No, it's a little soft here down in southern Ontario. I golfed. As a matter of fact, this is going to sound like a not even a humble brag, just a pure brag. But the best round of golf I ever played was on December 21st, 2 years ago, at this little place called Copetown Woods near Hamilton. And that's the only time in my life I've shot even par on a golf course on December 21st. So how about that?
You would have been getting a good roll on that frozen ground, probably.
I actually think there's a lake in front of one hole that I actually think I hit the ball and it bounced across the ice onto the green. So yeah, there was a whole lot of bogus luck. There are advantages to that when it comes to frozen tundra.
Certified Beauties is your new book, a follow-up to your first, which was called Beauties, which are just filled with hockey stories. And I've heard you explain it as, I think, toilet stories, but you just meant like short stories, right?
Yeah, I have a short attention span, like I think everybody in the world today. So I kind of think that I write the way that I like to read, which is 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time. So there are a few longer chapters in there, but for the most part, they're little 5-10 minute digestible chapters where you can put it down and pick it up in a week or use it as a coaster for a couple of weeks and then pick it up after that, which is just kind of the way I am. My wife always jokes that I'm the only guy she knows that has written more books than he's read, which is not fair. That's not true. But I do sometimes take forever to get through a book. So when I write these, I want them to be pretty easily digestible for people. And you're right, by the way. I heard you before I came on. It is weird because I love the book. I really want people to read the book if they have a chance. I think they'll love it if they love hockey. But it is weird, like the whole idea of putting out a book when I'm very uncomfortable just completely saying, come spend $28 on my book and tweeting nonstop about it and Instagramming nonstop about it makes me feel very uncomfortable. I get sick of myself, so I can't imagine everybody else. So hopefully people will unmute me when this book tour is over in a few weeks.
No, we're excited about it. But truly, how do you get all of these stories? Because are you hearing from these firsthand? Are you just trying your best to weasel your way into every conversation and eavesdrop? Do you have some microphones in hidden spaces of people's rooms? Like, how do you get all these incredible stories?
So I think the whole thing started, Lise, when, all those years on the panel, I've been hosting hockey on TSN since 2002. And when you're the host, we've had so many former players, current players drop by, former coaches spending time on the panel. And when you're doing the panel, you do the pregame shows, you do the intermission, and you have a lot of time just sitting there watching the game, eating pizza with these guys. And so I would hear stories from them, once they got comfortable and got to know me. And I think somewhere along the way I said, man, I should put some of these in a book someday. And so you start with a base like that, and people, you get to know people in hockey, and they'll say, hey, you should talk to this guy, he's an unbelievable storyteller, or you should hear this story that this guy has. So that's kind of how I went around the first book. And then I was also petrified that I wouldn't have enough stories, and so I used a lot of the guys at TSN, like Bob McKenzie gave me a book, and Darren Drager and so on, because I was terrified that once I signed the book deal that I wouldn't be able to come up with 50 stories. But it was a lot easier than I thought. And as soon as I finished the first book and it came out, a lot of people said to me, oh man, you should have talked to this guy. You should have talked to that guy. This guy's got a great story. This guy's got a great story. So I already had a head start with a bunch of stories I missed from the first book. Beyond that, if there's somebody I want to talk to, like a Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky, whoever, I will let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'd love to get a story from you. I want it to be a story that no one's heard before. And, quite often I'll pick up the phone with them and have no idea what story they're going to tell me. So that's kind of the coolest part of doing the book, is either sitting down with somebody for a beer or, getting them on the phone and say, okay, tell me a story, and off they go.
Well, it's interesting that you would think a lot of the stories are about the players. What I really liked is that you deep dive, and sometimes they're about characters who are outside of the game, but the story is involving players. Like when McDavid and Draisaitl showed up at a beer league game in Ontario.
Yeah.
Can you break that one down? You maybe don't give it all away. We want people to buy your book, but
This is only just
it's
one
okay.
chapter.
It's one of my favorites, actually. And you talked about how the stories come from different places. This story, actually, my daughter's boyfriend is a really good hockey player. He lives with us in the summer. He plays for Nipissing University in Ontario. So, he's not going to be an NHL or anything, but he's a good hockey player. Plays university hockey in Canada. So he plays in a beer league very close to where I live in Aurora, north of Toronto. And McDavid's old buddies have a team in the beer league. And every couple of years, McDavid will show up at a game. This is the lore. And just, once a summer, he'll show up to help out his buddies. And so they were playing in the quarterfinals against McDavid's team and sitting having a beer in the parking lot like you would do in beer league before a game and it was 3 days after McDavid got married last summer. So they didn't think he'd show up, but they were talking about, oh man, do you think he'll show up? Do you think we'll have to play against him? They're about to go in and get dressed for the game, and an SUV pulls into the parking lot, and McDavid gets out, and they're like, oh God. And then the passenger door opens, and Draisaitl gets out, and they're like, oh no. And so Luke, who's my daughter's boyfriend, it was my daughter who texted me and said, Luke is playing against McDavid and Draisaitl tonight. And so I tell it through his eyes, but more so through the goalie's eyes. The goalie on the team, again, in typical beer league, the goalie who was supposed to play didn't show up. And so Ben, this young goalie, who's a goalie at Harvard University, they have to call him. He's just gotten off the ice for a 2-hour practice. And they're like, Ben, we need you. The other goalie didn't show up. And by the way, we're playing against McDavid and Draisaitl. And so this kid's exhausted, and he's like, part of him is like, I can't go back on the ice. And the other part of him is, when in my life will I get to play against the two best players in the world, maybe? So it tells the story of the game. Like you say, I won't give it all away because there's kind of a twist ending. But certainly for, it's a really high quality beer league. There's some prospects and such on the teams. But for kids like Luke and Ben, like that might be the highlight of their hockey life, right? Playing against these two guys in a beer league. And they said McDavid and Draisaitl couldn't have been, better guys. They probably weren't taking it very seriously, but to these guys, it was the biggest game of their life.
their stat line was pretty strong from what I heard.
Yeah, what was that?
I think they got 5 each or something like that. Ben, the goalie, on the first shift, he said Draisaitl wired one off the crossbar that he said was the hardest shot he'd ever seen in his life, and it hit the roof of the building. So he was terrified. And then 2 seconds later, McDavid came in on a breakaway and did 4 dekes and went shelf. And he said, "Oh my God, I'm going to give up 30 goals." But like I said, the game went. It was pretty crazy how the game ended, and kind of a once in a lifetime memory for these guys.
So we can get those fun stories, but what else can people expect from Certified Beauties? Is it all going to be these silly behind the scenes stories, or is there more to it?
There's more to it. You're going to get I'm going to have a guest visitor here.
I hope it's a dog.
It is. It just he interrupts most of my interviews with his barking. So I'm just gonna put him full face on the camera here. There.
Yeah.
I can't wait to screenshot
Hugo.
this and post it on my Instagram.
That's Hugo. He most of the podcasts I do, he somehow finds a way to get into. Yeah, that's a great question, and the answer is, look, there's a lot of fun stories like this in it. A lot of guys want to tell me about crazy stuff that happened off the ice, road trip stuff or pranks or whatever it may be. But there's got to be a soul to a book, and going back to what I said about the way I like to read a book, I like to be surprised on every page. So there are some, heartwarming things in there. I want people to laugh and then maybe cry on the next page. I did a chapter for This Beauty's on the Gaudreau brothers. And the reason I did it, I didn't want it to be, there was so much sadness in the past year with that. Every time you turn on the TV and there'd be a ceremony where the family would be there, Jane and Guy or Meredith or Madeline. And there was so much sadness that I wanted to write, if I could, a happier chapter. So I wrote a beauties type chapter where I talked to 21 people, family members, teammates, people in their lives, to tell me like beauty stories. Tell me a funny story about Johnny. Tell me a funny story about Maddie. And I'm really proud of the way it turned out. People, they were great guys, and I kind of thought I'd love something for their kids to be able to pick up someday and read and say, oh, this is what my dad was like, or this is what people thought of my dad. So it's got a lot of really funny stories about the two guys in there, and sort of revealing stories about the kind of people they were. Obviously, there's tinge of sadness because we all know how the chapter ends, but stories like that, I think you need, and they kind of make the book.
Now, I have a question about a story that I heard, and I'm curious if it's in either of your books. Have you ever heard of the Bobby Orr Chandelier Gate story?
I have not heard that. Maybe that's for Beauties 3.
Okay, here it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So this story comes to us from Billy Moores, okay? And Team Canada traveled to Russia to play their national team. And in transportation to the hotel, there was a rumor that circulated that the KGB would have bugs in all of the Canadians' hotel rooms so they could eavesdrop, they could hear everything that's being said in the players' rooms. So when players got to their rooms, they checked behind the curtains, they checked in the bathroom, they checked everywhere just to make sure that it's all good. Bobby Orr gets to his room and he goes, they're not going to eavesdrop on me. Absolutely not. Looks around the entire room, looks under his bed and finds something. And he goes, nope, not today. So he's unscrewing, starts to sweat. This is a big job, needs to get it done though. Doesn't want these people listening in. Unscrew. Then all of a sudden, here's this massive bang. It was the screw to the chandelier in the main room of the lobby of the hotel that they were staying at.
I mean, that I think now that you said it, I've heard a version of that. Now, do the actual main chandelier? Here's the thing about beauty stories. Now, did the actual main chandelier crumble to the ground? And it's funny you bring this up because this was one of the things that worried me when I wrote this book, because there are a lot of fish stories in the hockey world too, right? And I wanted the books to be authentic. I wanted them to be real. Obviously, when someone tells a great story, there might be a little bit of embellishment involved. But I wanted the stories to be real. And I won't say the name. I had one person I interviewed for the first book. When I checked, he told me a great story, and then I went and checked it, and like 90% of it was wrong. And so I had to leave that story out of the book. But so the one thing about beauties and certified beauties is the stories all did happen. Like I said, is there embellishment here and there? But I would actually have to do my Woodward and Bernstein and actually go check with sources, which would be really funny sometimes because, there's some wacky, nutty stories that happen, and I'm like, can I confirm that there was the player actually put an alligator in the back of the car and left it on Roberto Luongo's porch? Which is one of the stories in the book, by the way. But yeah, so that's one of the tests to the book is to go back and make sure things actually happened the way. And it's an incredibly great feeling when you find out it did actually happen.
Okay, well, I should have used the word alleged.
Right.
Maybe we'll edit that.
No,
in.
you're probably. I mean, that could well have happened. It just. The idea of the main chandelier tumbling to the ground maybe sounds like there might be slight bit of embellishment involved, but hey, that's a heck of a story. I'll tell you a quick one. I had heard the story once. I wrote this at the end of my first book. A story had been repeated to me by 10 different people about Gordie Howe and how he attended some event that was not a hockey event. He was like a special guest, and everybody had name tags when they came into the event. And so Gordie just wrote Mr. Hockey on his. And so he was walking around the room, and there was a person sees him, and there's talking to another group of people and says, oh, and this is Mr. Hockey. What an interesting name. What's your first name, Mr. Hockey? And he says, Gordie. And she goes, oh, well, I'd like everyone to meet Gordie Hockey. And so I'd heard that story, which I laughed at and thought it was hilarious. And I told it once at an event I was speaking at that Gordie Howe was at. And I was sitting next to Gordy at the table. So I went up and I did my little bit and I told this story and everybody laughed. And I sat down next to Gordy and I leaned over to him and said, by the way, is that story true? And he goes, he's got this beautiful smile on his face. He goes, yeah, not a word, but I loved it. So those are the kind of things you get in hockey sometimes. But I can promise you that everything in Certified Beauties actually happened.
Okay, well, if you need us to see if Lisa's story is accurate or not, we can contact the
Billy Moore's-
the Russian hotel
Oh.
if need be, maybe.
Yeah. Boots
Well, I
to the
tell you
ground
what,
journalism. Well, I'll go there.
I was thinking, people have been asking me if I'm going to write another one, and I don't know yet. But I thought about writing. Bobby Orr is actually in the first book, but he didn't tell me that story. But I was thinking about writing like a Hall of Fame Beauties, where I just talked to Hall of Famers and got stories from them. And so maybe I'll go back to Bobby and see if that one's legit.
Yeah, keep us posted, because then I can do a public apology for making up that story.
No, there's never apologies for telling a great story. Nobody really cares if they actually happen that way or not. But when you write a book, you kind of got to care a little bit.
Off the top, we were talking about how sometimes when you're doing a book tour, when you're getting the word out about your book, that you can feel like you're a little overwhelming to people. Just want to let you know the chat completely disagrees. You will never be annoying to Canadians is one of the messages that we got here.
Oh, that's very nice to say. The other weird thing, have you guys watched? I just started watching Pluribus. You know, the new Vince Gilligan show. Have you guys started watching it?
We were just talking about this, except we're accidentally calling it Vince Gill's show. And then we're like, wait, that's that country singer from the 90s that's touring with the Eagles.
That'd be a whole different show. But
way tighter.
So for anybody, what is her name? Reece Seaborn? What's
Something
her name?
like that. Just an incredible acting performance.
Yeah, the girl from whatever, the Breaking Bad. Now my mind is. I don't function well this early in the morning
Because she came from another one of the
Better Call
shows.
Saul.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul. So anyway, she plays in the first episode. She plays an author of like I don't know. Sounds like a science fiction romance series. And so the first episode, she's at a book signing, and there's all these super fans there, and she's asking her all these like detailed questions about the book, and she's faking caring, and then she gets in the car and she like hates herself because I guess she doesn't even like writing this stuff. Basically, is the premise of it. And by the way, if you come to my book signing, I'm not fake. I love everybody. I actually really love doing it. But it made me think, like, at these book signings, sometimes like you will write a book and then you will kind of forget about it, right? It's your baby. You work on it for a year. And then when you write it, it's not like when the copy shows up at my door, I'm not reading it over and over again. So I will have people come at the book signings who've already read the book, and they know details of things that they're like, on page 171, when you were telling the story about Crosby, so I start panicking because I can't remember. There's so many stories in the book, and I have like already early, I think, memory loss. And so I'll be like, they're like, what did you mean in this sentence? And I'll be like, oh my God, I have no idea. And it's terrifying when the people who read the book know more about the book than you know about the book. Anyway, I thought of that when I was watching Pluribus.
There is a viral video I saw of somebody at a book signing and nobody showed up. And it was their daughter just got like a slow zoom of him being really quite sad that nobody showed up. And then his book went on to be a New York Times bestseller because the internet got a hold of it. So if you wanted to fake that, just a heads up, it might go nuts for you.
Get your daughter to film it and put it on her social media and say, my poor father has no fans. Please come to this book signing. You will be, I mean, I think it's going to be, at this point, you're crushing it. But let's get this like international bestseller.
Yeah,
that would be really low, but that's not beneath me to try something lame like that. I will say, look, I do have self-awareness in, the grade of, I don't know, I don't even like the word celebrity, but Canadian notoriety. Like, I'm sort of on the Z celebrity scale. And so sometimes when they'll schedule these book signings, like I've done enough books now that I know when they're going to work and when they're not going to work. And there was one that they scheduled, and it was like game 1 of the World Series. So I was at a downtown Indigo in Toronto, the night of Game 1 of the World Series. And I said to my publisher, I said, like, there's going to be nobody here. Like, literally nobody here. And they say, yeah, but we got to do it. It was already booked. So I'm like, okay, of course I'm going to do it. And I will say there was maybe about 10 or 15 people that showed up. God love them. But once even when there's a lot of people, even if there's 50 people to sign up for show up for a book signing, or 60 people, you get through it pretty fast, like half. And they always schedule these things for 2 hours. So inevitably that scene you talked about pretty much happens to me every book signing, because most people that want their book signed, they come, and then you sign their books and then they're gone. And you're sitting at this huge display with a million giant picture of your head and books all around you, and there's nobody there. And then you get this awkward little 15 minutes of people walking in, and they kind of look like, do they recognize you maybe? Who is this guy? What's this book about? And sometimes they'll come over and pick up the book, and I'm just sitting there quietly slinking down my desk. Because I don't want to be hard sell guy saying, hey, you should buy my book. So I just sit there quietly, and they'll go, what's the book about? And I'm like, oh, it's just a book of hockey stories. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't have to. And it's very awkward. You get a lot of these awkward moments. I had another one where, in the same situation, where the crowd had kind of filtered out and I was kind of by myself. A guy comes into the store and he goes, oh my God, James Duthie, I love you, man. Like, oh, I've been watching you for years. Oh, you got a hockey book out. I love hockey books. This is amazing. And then he says, the girls from Indigo sitting next to me, he goes, how much? And she goes, $27.50. And he goes, whoa, I got to pass, man. And he walks out of the store.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. You got to remember that people that read books, like a lot of them that are keeners like that, they're showing up right on time. They're not rolling in late. So it's almost like book signings, they should just be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Have it nice and full, and then it's over.
But this guy was great, because 1 second he was the biggest fan in the world of me, and then he was like, but ain't no way I'm paying $27 for your book. Which I totally
when you say $27.50, I feel like that's a really reasonable price for a
great
book.
price.
Like, I would get it if it was like $44.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, frankly. It's probably like Black Friday deals, but it was something like that. But it just made me laugh. I guess his undying love for me only went so far.
James Duthie from TSN. I've been in the broadcasting industry for 20 years, and quite often when you hear of other people that have been at it for longer, you hear some bad stories about them. I have never heard anything but a wonderful word about you. So keep
you're talking to the wrong people, that's all.
Maybe. Okay, I'll start asking more people.
Awesome. Well, we hope that you can join us at some point again. Sorry, I would love to hear what you had to say there. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, just talk to Ryan Rashog. He'll tell you bad stories about me. He was just giving it to me yesterday on a text exchange. It was honestly almost made me cry. He was so hurtful.
I think I saw that. There was a screenshot on Twitter about that.
What kind of person screenshots private messages? Well, he was being mean to me, so I started firing back at him and telling him that I would have put a story of his in the first book, but the publisher said that there was just no name recognition for him.
Sharp.
Yeah. No, but anyway, sorry, I interrupted you saying thank you. I'd love to come on anytime with you guys. So
that's awesome.
I have no life. I sit home with my dog, and if you want me every morning, then sure. What else do I got to do?
Perfect.
Especially now the golf season's over.
Awesome, and maybe we'll come join you for a golf round in December.
I would love it. And hey, I'm coming back to the World Juniors are coming back to Edmonton for what it feels like the 7th time in about 10 years, in 2 years, right? So
yeah, would love to get you in studio for it.
I like this. My favorite was the Summer World Juniors in Edmonton because I got to play golf every day. It wasn't as popular with the fans, but I'm a big fan of the Summer World Juniors when it's, I always the World Juniors, you end up in the most exotic locations, right? It's like St. Paul, Minnesota. And I love it, by the way. It's my favorite event of the year, but it's always when it's the coldest part of the year in Edmonton or Minnesota or Ottawa or wherever it may be. But it's a super fun event. Anyway, I've yammered on too long. I'll come back anytime.
Well, listen, when you are in Edmonton, keep in touch. We'll take you for lunch. Would love to get a picture with you, maybe get you here in studio, and we'll give you our recap after we read your book.
Certified Beauties. We'll get you to sign them for us.
Yeah.
I will absolutely do that for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Make sure you are checking out Certified Beauties. What a great idea for a Christmas gift. Put it in someone's stocking. Thank you to James for joining us. That was so fun.
Especially, I love that they are short stories. Like,
Yeah.
You need a good book once in a while that you can't set down, but you also need a book that you can set down and come back to numerous times.
Well, and we're all so busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just get through an entire book. So I like that and I also love that he's coming from a place of someone who doesn't have a good attention span. So he's writing books for people that are in the same boat that still want to take in this type of entertainment. But sometimes when there's books that you have to be on top of remembering what's going on.
Yeah.
It's too much, and then you just end up not finishing the book.
Next time he's on, I got to ask him. I wanted to ask him this time, but I forgot. What a grind trade deadline actually is around there. Because those guys started our time, it would be like 5 a.m, and they're there until the evening, and they're just hoping for big trades. And some years, there's just 2 or 3 decent deals that are noteworthy. It can be a really slow day, but they all sit there all day together. It's quite a grind. I wanted to get the backstory on that, so next time we have him on, we'll for sure ask him about that.
Okay, 75% of people in the chat did agree that they had a dirty mind like me from earlier in the show, and Reece was talking about what he did after work yesterday, so thank you for that validation. Means a lot. And thanks to everyone who's in the chat and who got to kind of hang out. It felt like all of us were just hanging out with James. Like, he's so cool. Also, his dog.
I would absolutely just hang out with that guy. You can tell right away too. Hey,
Yep.
What a beauty.
We've got
funny, ironic that his book is called Beauties, and now the new one, Certified Beauty.
We've got some actual boots to the ground journalism on the line with us right now. We are joined by Kennedy, who works here at Oilers Nation, who is at West Edmonton Mall already, waiting for signatures. With how many people are there right now, Kennedy?
Okay, I'm going to give you a little shot. We've got the front of the line here. Oh, we've got Norm, Northside Norm.
Hi, Northside
Hey,
Norm.
Northside Norm. I was wondering where you were in the
this
chat.
This is so funny. We're actually matching.
Oh, we're frozen. It's because everyone's on the sauce. There's no more Wi-Fi at the mall.
That is a heck of a lineup, eh?
We lost her.
Yeah.
But we at least got to kind of get a little behind the scenes look. I love that we had one of the saucers on camera there, Northside Norm.
Wonder how many people are catching hemorrhoids.
From sitting that long.
From sitting.
I've heard it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad for the butt.
It looked like everybody was smart enough to bring their own soft chairs, so that might help a little bit. But right after you get your jersey signed, you might want to pick up some Preparation H.
Yep. Yeah. Reece, did we lose her for good? She was frozen, hey?
Yeah, I'm just texting her back, though, so when she hops back on...
Yeah, just feel free to throw her back on the screen as soon as she's back.
Next up on the show, there is a celebrity couple that has a lot of people talking. It's the next athlete-pop star combo, which has happened quite a bit in the past. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got Kennedy again?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she's back.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
Is it not working? You guys, Mercury's still in retrograde till the 29th.
So NHL player Jack Hughes rumored to be dating Tate McRae.
Yeah, I mean, we knew she was going to end up with a hockey player because she plays hockey herself.
Uh-huh.
So I saw this coming.
I'm a little bit disappointed, though, that it's not a Canadian player. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, she's from Alberta. Date a Berta boy. What are you doing?
Yeah. And then you'd have like a true power couple for this province.
It'd be amazing.
Or even a Canadian. I'd be fine if a guy from Ontario ended up hooking up with her. My only hope is that if she can get in his head before big games, specifically with the Olympics coming up.
There they are on a date.
So if she can just drop the hey, we need to chat. Mm-hmm. Right before Canada plays US at the Olympics.
Perfect. Get in his head.
Yeah.
Break up with him.
Yeah, dump him.
Break his heart.
And you would be voted prime minister. If you...
It's pretty cool to see these pop stars dating hockey players. Remember when Hillary Duff lived here?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Mike Comrie?
Yes.
And she'd just be chilling on White Ave getting a coffee.
The best.
Yeah. I mean, the athlete pop star thing is huge. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, probably the most well-known, but there are a bunch of other ones. Is it Sia, who's with Russell Wilson?
Yep.
But this is the new one. Tate McRae from Alberta. with Jack Hughes from United States.
Oh, I would love to be the person to get this picture too. I'd be eavesdropping for sure. Do you think they just talk hockey stats?
I don't know, but hopefully they removed all the knives from the table.
What do you mean?
Well, he's out right now because he hurt himself at dinner.
This is the guy that hurt himself with a bunch of knives?
I think it was, I don't know exactly
Were
what
they
happened.
playing the game where you put your hand down and you do the knife game?
No NHL player is going to be playing that game.
How do you know?
Because you depend way too much on your hands. I think my guess is it slipped while he was cutting bread. They were very sketchy with details. Reece, you didn't hear any more details on the Jack Hughes injury, right? Just that it was a freak accident and it happened at dinner.
Yeah, basically, it was just a super freak accident. Sounds like he put his hand down on a glass and it just pretty much gave out.
Oh, it was a glass, not a
think-
knife. Okay, that makes sense.
I could be totally wrong. That's what I had heard.
Let's put this
early
in
on.
Certified Beauties 3. Because we're so accurate with our sports stories right now.
It would be like this if he was just getting up.
Right.
Maybe?
And he's too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to dismantle that if we're playing them. No thanks.
Anyway, kind of cool to see an Alberta girl dating one of the top NHL players in the world.
Fumingo in the chat said, hold on, there's only one power couple for this province, and that's Connor and Lauren. Just you wait and see. Lauren has so many businesses now, so many ventures. She's going to come out with a pop album. And guess who's going to be first in line to buy it?
Jeff on the text line, on the chat, says Fanuff and Alicia Cuthbert. That one goes way back. He saw them at the airport last month.
And now they're teaming up and they're in a bunch of commercials for Booster Juice.
She is still so hot.
How could anyone forget when he answers the door in that movie? What's it called? Girl Next Door?
Girl Next Door.
And she goes, "Can I come in? I'm all wet." Imagine having to film that, how cringy you would feel.
Truly all time.
Who's yelling
No,
in here?
it's because we have the door open.
Oh, it's our
That's
fault?
my dumbass.
Well, go close it. What are we getting so passionate about?
Well,
Who is that?
there's good reason for people around here to be fired up. There's
Well,
lots going on.
I'm going to fist fight him.
They're probably yelling about what their NFL bets are. Game's starting in a couple hours.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's go Lions. We'll get to our bets later on here in the Sports Interaction studio.
Checking back in at West Edmonton Mall with Kennedy. Nope, gone.
It's okay. We at least got a little glimpse of what it's like there. And we've got a lot of people that are checking out the sauce today from West Edmonton Mall. They're in the chat. If you guys can just give us kind of a debrief of what's going on there, what the line looks like, how many people are there, what are the vibes like? Are people tired or are they excited?
I remember going and meeting some of the Oilers it must have been this event. It was at the Expo Center or something back in the day.
Okay, that would make sense.
And it was in and out. I was in line for maybe 20 minutes. This whole waiting for 13 hours straight is I know that's the way it's been the last few years. But I wonder if it really went to the next level when we ended up getting McDavid.
Oh, yeah.
That all of a sudden this just became a thing.
Okay, question. Could someone get away with butting? To those of you that are in the chat that you've been waiting, you're already there. Are you willing to throw hands if you see someone come in and try and weasel their way in front of you? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're waiting that long, I get mad if somebody butts in line with me getting up the escalator at Rogers Place.
Oh, I get mad if I'm in the line at HomeSense and I'm looking at the little trinkets in the line and
somebody
I'm
walks by.
Somebody kind of walks by me. I go, excuse you, I'm still in line. I was just maybe going to get some marshmallows that are shaped like snowflakes because 'tis the Sizz, which, by the way, is my first ever Oilers Nation Christmas market that is coming up December 14th. Would love to see you at the Dog Patch between 2 and 5 p.m. More details to come on that.
Also coming up that we wanted to let you know about, the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament is back at Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge. We're happy to be supporting this and helping put it on from January 23rd to the 25th. It's 3 days of pond hockey in the middle of the mountains. You should probably come and check this out. I feel like this is one of those opportunities where you and your crew can truly have a weekend that you remember forever. 4-on-4 tournament. You can have up to 8 players on your roster, and we've got prizes. There's different levels of play that you can get in on, and the Nation crew is going to be there as well. There's talk that we might take the show on the road, do a live show down there. We're not quite sure how that's going to work out yet, but we are planning to go for sure. So meet us, meet Tyler and Liam, Boardsy, the whole crew.
I think we're supposed to host. We might be hosting something at some point.
Sure.
Just don't ask me to stop on skates. I'm not good at it.
Okay.
And
nobody's going to ask. Nobody's going to be like, "Here, Lisa, here's the microphone for your hosting duties, but we need you to come out really fast on skates, stop, and then start talking."
That's how I broke my wrist.
Did you have the skates on your hands?
No, there just weren't boards on the rink. And don't ask Ryder to skate backwards because he can't.
I can skate backwards, just really slow.
Anyway.
You want to know the moment I decided I wasn't going to try to play hockey anymore? Like, just super low-key wreck. I was not listening at all.
Hold on, I got a text from someone and I don't know who it is.
Well, then that's not important, is it?
I don't know who this is.
I'm being vulnerable with you right now. I'm telling a story about my upbringing.
Okay, ready. I've probably heard this story.
So I'm in grade 12, and I go out because the team thought they might need players, but they weren't sure. And they're like, "Hey, can we convince you to come?
Mm-hmm.
Just come out and like skate around with us. We'll give you a whistle. You can pretend like you're kind of coaching and see if you like want to play again." And so I go out, and then at the end of the practice, they're like, "Okay, let's get some races going." And they put me up against the goalie. I didn't have any equipment on. He was in full goalie equipment, beat me in a race.
No.
And that's the day I was like, well, guess it's soccer for me.
And you were really good at soccer.
Well, I was decent in my hometown, but only like 4 people played.
Right.
And then I went to Red Deer College and decided I was going to try out for the soccer team there, for the Kings.
And you were like, I'm going to be one of the best players on this team, for sure.
Yeah, they had like a walk-on tryout. I had a better chance of winning the wet t-shirt contest that night at the bar than I would have making that soccer team. Like, they started with warm-up drills that I was like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think I would consider myself a good soccer player either.
I think we've all been there. I remember being like, oh, everyone else in high school is trying out for the volleyball team. Well, like, I want to be cool. I'm going to try out for the volleyball team. Immediately injured my wrist just from hitting the volleyball once. I was like, nope, this ball's too hard. Where are the soft ones?
Sounds like you got some pretty weak wrists.
I do have very weak wrists.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we've learned today. That's, if everybody wants to remember that for our segment, what we learned today at the end of the show. Shout out to everybody checking in on the chat. It means a lot to us to know that you're there and that you're active. You're liking this video, subscribing to Oilers Nation, all the good stuff. Follow us on socials. We throw a lot of stuff from the show up there as well. Appreciate you a lot.
Yep. There's at least 100 people in line for McDavid, says Lance. Kids are playing mini sticks. People are sleeping. It's a good vibe. Northside Norm said kids are playing mini sticks and lots of fans are sharing their stories. The vibes are amazing.
How do we get us on the loudspeakers?
Yeah, just turn on the sauce on that Eddie Bauer TV.
There we go.
That would be so fun.
Okay, if somebody can figure out how to do that, we'll get you a sauce hoodie. If you are the one that can somehow hack the Eddie Bauer TV in one of the lineups and put the sauce on, we've got a hoodie for you.
I mean, Northside Norm is wearing a construction hat. You got to think he knows how to do something like getting in there with the wires and setting us up on the screen, or like...
Exactly. Him and his hard hat. He's going to crush it for us. Thank you again, though, honestly, for checking out the show. We appreciate it. Coming up still, we got the 3 stars of anything, recommend something, and we also have another guest that's rolling in here pretty soon.
Yeah, we do. Can you, before we get into 3 stars of anything, can you break down the huge news from yesterday with the Blue Jays? Because it seemed like everyone was talking about Dylan Cease.
Yeah.
What is the pull? What is so exciting about this guy?
So last year, he didn't have the best year. I think he had like a 4.5 ERA, which is respectable, but
and
not
who did he
great.
play for?
The Padres, most recently. What I know about this guy is he just got paid. I'm a little bit worried that they put the money towards that, and maybe that means Bo Bichette doesn't get the lengthy contract I was hoping for.
I mean, we all knew the day was going to come that your Bo friend and you were going to break up.
I guess so. I don't want it to be today, though. No. And I do want him to grow his hair back out again.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's this guy's got flow.
Flow and a dirty but good stash. We're like slowly taking over the league because we got Shane Bieber, who's got a nice stash going as well.
You got that
right. If we can convince Ye Savage and Gosman to grow out healthy dusters, we are going to just have that swag department.
We're going to have a team of victors. We're going to have a team of sex symbol Victor from Young and the Restless, who somehow is still kicking it decades later.
Oh, I thought you were saying victors, like people that are used to victory. And I was like, yeah.
Also that.
Victors.
Let's call them Victors. Whenever you see someone with does Victor even have a mustache on Young and the Restless, or am I thinking of Burt Reynolds? Either way, great stashes.
But yeah, Dylan Cease, I think it was about a 7-year, $210 million deal. So 30 mil per, which is...
No wonder they wear those
insane.
big chains.
Yeah, they can afford
I've always thought
plenty
that.
of them.
I'm like, why are you wearing these chains with your baseball gear? Like, it doesn't really make sense, but I get it. They got to show off that they're making bank.
I do like that baseball allows their players to have personality and that different guys can make the league. Like, you can have an Alejandro Kirk who a lot of people can relate with. You know what I mean? Just like that, you don't see a lot of other athletes that you're like, oh, him and I could share a t-shirt.
Share a t-shirt, like wear it together?
No. Like a t-shirt that I have would probably look good on him. Whereas if you put me in McDavid's t-shirt, I'd look like I was in that wet t-shirt contest.
That's right.
Red
That's
Deer.
how you win. That's the size you got to wear to win.
And then all of a sudden there'll be this other guy who's just got like mad swag when it comes to his jewelry. And then you got like the little dude who's so fast. I don't know. I just like that about baseball. There's a lot of personality within the players. And now the Jays are loading up on guys with great mustaches for their pitching crew.
Someone in the chat, Lloyd Minster RB says, please get Eric Braden on the show. I'll die. And the mustache is on and off.
Okay. He's a pitcher from Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken, that they get around here every once in a while.
I just got really hungry.
All right. We don't have food here. Thanks for bringing it up.
Well, I'm just giving you a warning that if I start to get hangry.
Did we talk about baseball for a little bit too long and you got bored and started thinking about how you got hungry?
I think so.
The interesting
My
part
bad. I asked the
is
question.
you're the one that asked the question. But here we are.
I also think it's because our 3 stars of anything has something to do with deliciousness.
Okay. Do we got Reece? Do we got the next guest isn't here yet?
He is. I think we're just waiting on him, though.
Okay. Is he
Right
just
away.
stretching?
Yeah, what's he doing?
Yeah,
is
he's
he
getting warmed up downstairs.
Yeah.
Is he making us butter chicken?
He's doing squats right now
But
just
he's
to get
in
ready.
the building?
Okay.
But he's-
so-
Yes.
Oh, so he's probably in the washroom.
Oh.
He's probably got like nervous diarrhea.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Let's get into recommend something right now.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to get into 3 stars, but if Ram's here, then we'll do
Yes,
that after because
exactly.
it's a lengthier bit. Okay, recommend something. This is a segment where we
Recommend
something.
It is American Thanksgiving today, and this weekend. What's up? Oh yeah, we're good. We're gonna get so good at this soon.
Yeah, maybe in 6 months.
It is American Thanksgiving, and I know that you can be pretty jealous of turkey dinners and celebrations, getting together with the family, being able to drink all day on a Thursday. If you do that as a Canadian, you're going to be judged a little bit, right?
Yes.
If I drink all day, you're probably going to give me some dirty looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, what? How many ounces are in that? That's my favorite question.
But there is one thing that you can celebrate American Thanksgiving with, and that is the
Stuffing.
No, the turkey dinner. You can get one, and you can have it ready for you in 5.5 minutes.
What are you talking about?
A Swanson's Hungry Man Turkey TV dinner.
Ew, I've seen you eat that, and you've never been in a lower place in your life.
Okay, I was in a bad mood that day, and actually that turned my day around.
I'm sorry, that is the most depressing meal ever. The Hungry Man that's got the little like chocolate cake.
Yeah, and nobody really wants the dessert because it never tastes as good as it looks.
It's burnt because you've just put it in the microwave for 8 minutes.
Listen, if you want to celebrate American Thanksgiving, but you'll be judged if you drink all day, instead, Swanson's TV dinners. Get it in.
Doesn't it have like creamed corn?
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, it depends. I don't know what the turkey one. I believe it has some kind of green vegetable. Maybe peas. Yeah, it's peas. What's wrong?
This cured my hunger.
You eat trash all the time.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Name the last trashy thing I ate.
Well, you've been quite good lately, and congratulations.
Thank
You've been
you.
avoiding trash. But you will eat processed food like it's nothing.
No, I won't.
Okay. Now somebody's lying on the show. Guess who? And no, it is not sponsored. Swanson's is not sponsoring this segment.
Ryder wishes. Please don't sponsor us because I don't want a truckload of those taking up room in the freezer.
What are you recommending today?
Okay, my recommendation is for those of you that run into someone or you see someone that you don't want to have small talk with. Maybe that's the case at West Edmonton Mall today. Maybe you're in the autograph line and you see something that you're like, oh, I cannot be stuck in a conversation with this person. Just pretend you're doing math. It works every single time. If you start pulling out the number, like the fingers where you're like in your head, nobody's going to interrupt someone that's trying to do a math equation in their head.
Yeah.
It works like a charm.
You're actually a magician at this. Another tip that you have, if you need to just get out of a conversation that you've used in the past, is telling people that, sorry, I've got fish in the car.
Yes.
And they don't need to know if that's like a piece of salmon
It could be a pet.
that needs to go in the fridge or like a fish in a bowl.
You just have to say, I'm sorry, I can't stick around. I got fish in the car. Immediately people go, oh, I totally
sorry
understand.
for keeping
and then they
you.
leave you alone.
So there's 2 tips. Do math.
Do fake math in your head or real math. I mean, whatever. It's good for the brain. Or tell them that you've got fish in the vehicle and you got to go.
Hell yeah.
That
Let's
was
get
a
it.
pretty good recommend something.
I think so.
That's the segment where we recommend something.
Now, you said that you're hungry. It's about to get a lot worse.
Oh, I did not say meth. I said math.
Oh, yeah. Don't do meth to get out of a conversation.
Sorry, math.
Math.
M-A-T-H.
Yeah. Like I said, if you were hungry before, and then it got turned down a little bit when I recommended Swanson's TV dinner, and then just to let you know, it's going to ramp back up because our next guest knows a thing or two about butter chicken.
Mm-hmm.
He's the host of what's called the Butter Chicken Odyssey,
So awesome.
where he has been hunting down the best butter chickens in the city and not afraid to call out the worst as well.
Probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my entire life, the most likable person I've ever met. But I want to pick his brain about some people that have not liked his very honest opinions.
Oh, yeah.
Because as much as he's very likable, he's also very honest, like you said, about
Incredibly honest.
his reviews about places around the city that he has tried butter chicken.
I remember the one spot we were telling him he needed to go try because we're both big fans of it.
And it's right down the street from where we live. It's good.
And then we sent him there and like, what if this goes very bad? What if he doesn't like this place and trash talks them and we lose, like maybe they lose a little bit of business
Or
out of it?
then we lose the credibility of having
If they found
good
out we
recommendations.
sent him,
Exactly.
they'll start doctoring our food in a bad way intentionally because we screwed with them. No, it all went good. We sent him to a good place.
Yeah, he said it was good. He even liked the spice level.
I was a little nervous though.
Yeah.
But what was playing on the TV was a little bit strange, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
It was something that just didn't fit the vibe, which he pays attention to everything.
And it was one of those really old TVs, like the full box ones. And yeah, I think it was like the basketball game was on or something.
Rachel, trying to circle back to me having puppies in the trunk. Listen, I'm never going to tell anyone, listen, I got to go. I got puppies in the trunk. That was one time, and it was a misleading quote.
Yeah.
I didn't say I had puppies in my trunk.
You did. You said drive like you have a puppy in the trunk.
Yeah, drive safe like you have a puppy in your trunk. But I meant like the back of an SUV.
Yeah. So
Not
that's
like
just
not like putting it in a trunk like Cruella de Vil.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know what you meant, but it sounded really bad. Just like when Reece jumped on this morning and he unintentionally sounded like he was about to give us way too much information about his love life. Mm-hmm. But he didn't mean that.
No.
He meant that they banged through a bunch of episodes. So sometimes you say things and they unintentionally sound bad, but they're not. Our next guest is brought to you by Southview Acura, owned and operated, family owned and operated on Edmonton's south side. Southview Acura offers a premier selection of new and pre-owned Acuras and more, backed by expert service you can trust. Stop by today and discover why at Southview Acura, luxury meets reality, and they do not allow puppies in trunks.
Nope.
I already asked for Lisa, and when they said no, she said, I don't want a vehicle from you guys then.
All right. Welcome to the Sports Interaction Studio. Well known in the city. Some people love them. There may be some businesses that aren't the biggest fan, and that's okay. We're gonna get into this. Let's pull that mic right to your cheeks there. Let's get a check.
Nailing it. Sounds great.
Yep. Welcome to the studio. We've got Rams Food Review. That's probably not what you like being called.
It's plural, but I'm good with that. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Welcome to the studio.
Tapes. What do you got there? Ghost, Home Alone, and Forrest Gump. Some white people classics.
Yeah. Maybe pull a little bit closer. Sorry, we don't have headphones for you. It's not in the budget yet.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's better.
Congratulations on the new show, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost didn't recognize you because last time I saw you had a beard.
Yeah, it was a pandemic beard. I didn't want to traumatize my kid. I have a pandemic baby. Also, restaurants started recognizing me. I think I started getting special treatment.
You got to switch it up. Maybe you need to shave yourself a mustache next and pretend you're a Toronto Blue Jays pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I'm so glad I'm not a Blue Jays fan because I've been experiencing so much heartache with the Oilers. Right?
Yeah.
Still never got over 2006, so yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. So for those who are checking out this show today, the saucers in the chat, we are going to be talking about a specific sauce, butter chicken. Tell us about your journey, where it started for people who aren't aware of what your story is.
Yeah, I did a 2-year deep dive on Edmonton's Indian and Pakistani restaurant scene, and I used butter chicken as like a doorway to talk about my memories growing up in Mill Woods and just tell my coming of age story. It was a food diary, but if you dig deeper, it's my coming of age story.
Incredible. So did this start as like a blog, or did you just start a Facebook group? Because that's the one that I think has taken off.
Yeah, it was a Facebook page.
Okay.
So what happened was I was taking photos of food, and my cousin saw me do this, and she wanted me to start my own page. And I was thinking about it, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Why would I want to do this? But I lost my job at this insurance company like a decade ago, or like 7 years, I'm not even sure. And then I had a lot of time on my hands. I started an Instagram and a Facebook and just started writing like hashtag food porn this, hashtag food porn that. But that eventually evolved into a few words, sentences, paragraphs. And then I ended up going viral with a review in the Philippines, right? And then I got the following.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I've erased that stench. I never talk about it anymore.
Okay, yeah, we won't bring it up.
It's my one-hit wonder. At the time it was my Mumble number 5, but nobody talks about it. So this Butter Chicken Odyssey thing has erased that stench.
Yes, yeah. Butter Chicken Odyssey. So you went to 50 different places, is that right?
50, yes, and I never gained any weight.
Was it surprising that, I guess I don't even know if that's the truth. Did you find that a lot of them were pretty similar, and then there were the outliers that were really good and then the ones that were really bad? Or did you find, like, where would you say the average butter chicken would have landed?
There was a lot of variety.
Okay.
So it was on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, I never saw many that were mediocre.
Okay.
It was just good or really bad. And the ones that were similar were the ones that were really bad. It was like tomato soup and chicken breast.
Right.
And I learned that the Western world has really ruined butter chicken. Yeah.
Because what is, for those who do have, like, let's say they just eat the Costco butter chicken.
Yeah.
That's probably not something you would recommend.
No, I don't eat that. Is it chicken breast?
I think so.
It's boneless chicken breast.
What is the authentic, like, that this is what it should taste like, this is the experience you should have? Because you not only go into these establishments around the city and eat the food, you look at the atmosphere of the actual place, what's on the TV, what kind of music they're playing. Tell us your experience, like what makes it a good experience?
I try to get the vibe because I'm talking from a lived-in experience. I'm proudly, defiantly Punjabi. And if they're not representing the culture, I call them out on it. If they're selling out, I call them out on it. And when the food, it's supposed to be the perfect balance of sweet and spicy. You're supposed to have the usual suspects in terms of ingredients like garam masala, Kashmiri mirch or hari mirch, turmeric, just the standard things, right? And also with the chicken, it should be bone-in. It should be dark cuts of meat, not breast. That's just being lazy. And the thing is, the fact that all these Westerners are eating that stuff and just eating it up, it makes them cut corners and they don't even care. But some of the restaurants, like the ones that I love, like Chutney or Maze-Bond, they don't cut corners. They've got integrity and they want people to eat the real thing.
Is it supposed to be made kind of like a soup? Like I've never made butter chicken. Can it be
Like
made
pho?
No, but I just mean like, does it simmer all day or what? Do you know like how to make it? I've eaten
am I
it
the
a ton.
expert? No, I'm not the expert. I know how to talk smack, but I'm not the expert. But it does take time, and if I'm not mistaken, you used the word banging earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It involves foreplay.
Perfect. What have been some experiences, because you said you started getting recognized in restaurants and people were probably like, okay, we got to panic. This guy's coming in. He's going to give us an honest review. Did you find that some people were trying a bit too hard when you would come in?
They were. I started getting special treatment. And there's one restaurant in particular. The restaurant is great to start off with. But the owner started giving me stiff Captain Morgan cocktails, and I was really inebriated by the end of the dinner, and he drove me home.
What kind of review did you get? Did you give? Sorry.
The food was already good. I was done with it.
Oh,
but then
okay.
I also talked about the butter chicken odyssey turning into the butter chicken bender.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had a connection. We were Punjabi. We both went to the same high school,
Right.
Harry and Lee. He graduated, I think, 2000. I was 03. And he started something, a tradition for us Punjabi boys called Dalli Tuesday. Dalli means drunk. So we would like skip school and get hammered. We would car bar and listen to Bhangra music and like B21 and Jazzy B, and we just get hammered. So he was like a pioneer for us. He was a legend. So if he offers me a Captain Morgan cocktail,
Yeah.
I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like you kind of became this butter chicken king, the king of butter chicken in the city.
Can I use that?
I think you can.
I'm like, I hope somebody calls me something. I've been called the butter chicken adventurer. I'm like, I hope somebody calls me the authority on butter chicken. But what did you
that's
just
a
call
good
the
word.
king?
The king of butter
I'll take
chicken.
that. I'll take the king.
I love that. So where can people find your top choices?
I'll give them to you. I haven't revealed them yet.
This
What?
is
Yeah.
brand new. This is
Yeah.
for us.
I thought that there was like a list or something that you've already revealed. No?
No, I am going to reveal a list. And you've seen Billy Madison?
Yes.
Use, Steve Buscemi, People to Kill. So I'm
Yeah,
using
yeah.
that. I'm using that image and then the top 10. Yeah, but
So you're coming out with the top 10 officially, which will be on your Facebook
no,
page.
I'll give you the top 5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a new show. You were good to me. You actually read my material and you don't ask stupid questions and treat me like some diversity hire.
Okay.
Yeah. So top 5. First off, shout out to Janoon, which isn't around anymore. They would have made the top 5.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they only lasted a year. That was
Dang.
tragic. But Chutney on 34th, which doesn't exist right now, but it's coming back. There was an arson on the 34th Avenue Plaza.
Okay.
But they're coming back, and there's a new location opening up next month in the heart of Millwoods. The old Bo Diddley's at Millwoods Town Center.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I think I might be involved in the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Okay, we're coming to that.
Yeah, hopefully I'm still invited to that for the ribbon cutting ceremony. We haven't talked about it recently.
Yeah.
But also Masala Tree, which is fantastic. Chef Rajesh, Sanjay, they just know what they're doing. And they use like a special yellow chili for their dish. Maze Bon, they're the ones that I collaborate with on the butter chicken bash. And if you come to our butter chicken bash, it's a party that we throw every now and then. We have this specialty item called the Millwoods Murg Makhani Massacre, which is like an extra spicy, tear your soul apart bone and butter chicken.
You would love that.
Yeah, let's go.
And then Zyka, shout out to the owners, Ushu and Gary. Gary's the Harry and Lee legend that started Dalli Tuesday and drove me home. Thank
Yep.
you for being my DD.
Yep.
And my favorite was out of the ones that are just available at all times, right? Because the Millwoods Murg Makhani Massacre is a specialty item.
Yeah.
It's a small spot, 15 to 20 capacity. Decor is nothing special. Music sucks. It's on Winterburn Road, Kashmiri Delight. The extra spicy bone and butter chicken. It is fantastic. The gravy is like the lava pit from Temple of Doom. Just brilliant stuff. If you really want to test your might, Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat style, that's the place to go.
Can you? I've requested for extra spicy butter chicken, and they maybe add something to the butter chicken, but it never really hits. I love when I just discover one that's just spicy.
Yeah, you gotta tell them to make it desi style. Say, don't let my skin color fool you.
Okay.
Make it born de part, which means tear my anus.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a great
That's
tip.
the password. That's you've seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, so
That's Fidelio
that's-
right there.
that makes so much sense because they know who you are at the location we always order from, and you
Yeah.
always say make it spicy.
They
but
would have made top 15. I
Yeah.
love to them as well. Rasoi was good.
so it's good.
But they need
Okay,
to stop
great.
relying on IPTV because the hockey games are pixelated, and I don't appreciate that. You can't even see the puck. Yeah.
It just looks like you're playing NHL '94.
Yeah.
Oh, Blades of Steel.
Sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so you have this list. I know that there's people that are in our YouTube live chat that are going to want this top 5 list. Can we get that from you and send it to people at some point today?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool? Okay.
And I'll publish like the entire list, even like the bottom ones on my Facebook page, Ram's Food Reviews.
Yep. Make sure you're following along Ram's Food Reviews. Not only are these like very honest critiques and opinions on some of the amazing places here in the city, but also the way that Ram writes.
Hilarious.
It's art.
Yeah, truly.
If you love pop culture, if you love movie references, there's a way that he intertwines these with his reviews that makes it like it's a joy ride. It's so much fun to kind of feel like you were there with him when he sat down in these locally owned establishments and like or restaurants. You feel like you're there.
Well, and I feel like there is a trend with influencers now where they're getting paid to give good reviews.
Pretend they liked something and they just tagged them and then move on with their life. Whereas Ram, there's an art form.
Well, it's nice to get a legitimate opinion on a place because so often now I don't really trust food opinions from people because there's a very good chance that they're just paid to be there.
They got a free burger out of it.
So shout out to you for giving like sometimes ruthlessly honest opinions.
Okay, I have a question about that.
That means a lot.
With some of your ruthless opinions, have you had people threaten you to take down your posts?
Yes, I have. There was this one restaurant that told me I shouldn't mention their name, defamation and everything, but they told me that I shouldn't come there because I don't have the same last name as them. I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool. And then a few days later, somebody that I had never spoken to started sending me nasty messages with anti-Hindu venom, and I'm not even Hindu. I think my name just fooled him, and he started accusing me of being a cuckold. I don't even like cuckold pornography. I'm like a militant monogamist, and just like nasty threats. And I couldn't show them on my Facebook page on my because I'd get flagged, but I showed it on my personal page.
Yeah.
And after this, I'll tell you who is responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take that offline. But no, like you've done such a fun thing. And I think it can inspire a lot of other people that are interested in kind of doing their own odyssey in a way, maybe trying to find the best blank in the city. I know Waz that works here. He wants to travel to, what is the town in Alberta?
Bruce, Alberta for their steak.
He heard that Bruce, Alberta makes the best steak and he wants to travel to Bruce, how far even is that from us? I don't even know.
No idea.
But a road trip to do that, like you could almost take this and expand further outside of Edmonton if you really wanted to.
Well, yeah, what do you think's next for you? Because now that you've wrapped up this odyssey that you've been working on for so long that was so popular, do you launch into another food type? Or are you going to go find the best cheeseburger in town maybe?
No, that would be kind of gimmicky, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the culture, and
Yes.
it did a lot for me. There was an Emmy Award winner that reached out to me to be on a Celebrity Chefs program, Patty Hinnich's. So I was on PBS, like the only food writer locally that was on this PBS segment. And as a result of that, somebody wants to develop a TV pitch deck with me and possibly like a food travelogue show. But the dream is so big and I'm a pessimist. So we'll see if it happens.
We got interviewed once to do a North America food show where we go and try different, was it food trucks around North America?
I can't remember.
Or
but
restaurants?
we auditioned for it.
Yeah, and we had gotten in a really big argument right before we had to do this audition.
Yeah, so I had puffy eyes
So
and we were mad at each other. So like this whole interview was virtual and they were like, these people suck.
The energy was really strange, I think.
We didn't get the gig.
Any regrets?
Of course.
But you're doing fine. Lisa was telling me that she was kind of scared and excited about this program. But I told her, like, you got the chemistry of Riggs and Murtaugh, right? And you got this wood paneling that reminds me of Millwoods. It's just, it's beautiful to see you two shine.
Oh, thank you very
so much. We are just huge fans of you. And we encourage all of you who are watching this stream, maybe you're checking out the podcast a little bit later. Just make sure you're following along on Facebook because you never know what's next for Ram's Food Reviews. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you. I should also plug my Instagram. I never talk about it. I'm too old for Instagram.
You also have a podcast that I want you to plug.
Oh,
that too.
yeah. So my Instagram is Ram Food Guy, and my podcast, it's Three Brown Dads. It's with my friends Patwant and Pavan. We all grew up in Millwoods, and it's just about the diasporic dad experience from the Punjabi lens.
Sweet.
But you guys also talk about movies and just like things that are relevant. Like you guys are
we
crushing
totally do. We were born here,
Yeah.
right? So we grew up on the raccoons and Bret Hart, but we also got that Punjabi influence as well.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's awesome.
I got a chance to meet Bret Hart. My buddy in Calgary is really good friends with him, and it was so surreal to sit at a table with him and just like
He just sits there though. He doesn't talk.
Well,
he's
no,
just a presence, and you're like,
I mean,
Was he a nice guy?
yeah, he was really like. I mean, he's
quiet.
he's
I
pretty
couldn't do it.
soft spoken.
To me, it's like meeting Batman or Superman.
You don't want to do that.
When they made him lose to Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9, I was 7. I couldn't sleep at night, and I knew that it was predetermined, but I still couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah, an absolute legend though. I went to an event where he just broke down his match against Stone Cold, and like
WrestleMania 13.
Yeah, we watched it with him, and then he'd pause it and explain what was happening next.
Cool.
It was awesome,
And it was
Such
his
a cool
idea
event.
for him to bleed.
Yeah.
Him and Roddy Piper did that at WrestleMania 8, so they kind of like replicated that. It was just amazing stuff.
Yeah, absolute legend. Well, thank you for coming in, man.
Yeah,
we
for
really
sure.
appreciate
For
it.
sure.
Hit
Thank
us
you.
one more time where people can find you online.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ram's Food Reviews on Facebook and Ram Food Guy on Instagram.
Awesome.
The best.
Justin says, easy follow. What an interesting guest. Hell yeah.
Hell
Thank you,
yeah,
Justin.
brother.
Thank you.
Nailed
Okay,
it.
we'll be right back. I want to get a picture with Ram before
Sure.
he heads up.
Hello, we are back. What a nice fella, hey?
The best.
I can't wait. I've got them written down.
Do you? Okay,
His
you have to-
recommendations.
can you share them in the chat for everyone?
I don't know how to spell them properly.
Okay. Well, we'll do our research and maybe, you know what we'll do? Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Ryder and Lisa.
Yeah.
And we will not only share his account that you can hit the link and follow,
Sure.
but we'll also list off his top 5.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to do that right after the show today.
And
okay?
I'm not 100% sure what if those were ranked 1 to 5, but just check back on his pages and he's going to release the top 50 to 1. But yeah, man.
So awesome.
I am very excited. The one he was mentioning on Winterburn Road, it'll cost me like $60 to get that delivered to my place on the east side.
I think you got to go and actually sit in there. If it's
Yeah.
like, if it only fits 10 to 15 people, that seems like such a cool experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, awesome. Butter chicken, by the way, a couple people in the chat saying they've never had it.
Oh, you got to try it.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh, it's so good with naan bread and rice. Oh, it's 10 out of 10.
I think I'm going to have that tonight for dinner now after that.
Yeah.
Let's get into the 3 stars of anything.
It could be an athlete, snacks, or cars. It's time we pick our 3 stars of anything.
Before we get to that, Lindsay in the chat just donated $5 to the Ben Stelter Foundation. Thank you so much. She said, so thankful for the show every morning. Best part of my work days for sure. Thank you, Lindsay. That's so sweet.
We love a good work time waster. If we can be that for you.
If we can help your shift fly by,
Hell yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Today for the 3 stars of anything. An interesting choice. Best time or place for a hot chocolate is what we decided on.
Is this because, yes, it is. It's because I was thinking about hot chocolate because my girlfriends and I love the movie The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Okay.
And there's that perfected hot chocolate recipe that the head elf or one of the elves has been working on for, what do they say? Like 1,000 years or something. And it always looks so delicious. But you don't really indulge in hot chocolate unless it's like very specific. So if you want to get in on this as well, what's your answer? What is the best time to have a hot chocolate? Get in on the YouTube chat. Make sure you're liking this video. Thanks for being here.
Current score, by the way, is Reece with 6. Took the lead back yesterday after a big dub. Lisa with 5.5 and me with 3.5. Which is... maybe, did you get the win yesterday, actually? We need a better scorekeeper.
Yeah, we both just forget about things immediately after.
Or I need to stop drinking during the show.
Yeah, seriously. I've already talked to you about that. How many ounces are in that?
Reece, do you remember who won yesterday? I feel like Lisa maybe right at the end ended up winning it, right?
I think it was Lisa.
Yeah.
What even was yesterday? That was so long ago.
The mascots.
No, that was 2 days ago.
What was yesterday? Oh, things that smell good that aren't food?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
I don't think I won.
Then Reece won. Yeah.
We're really good at our jobs.
I'll take it.
Sweet. All right, Reece.
Maybe somebody from the chat knows who won
Yeah, do you guys remember
yesterday.
who won 3 stars of anything yesterday?
I don't know where my paper went where I have it written down. That's the problem. You took that away from me.
Lance said my wife and I have a cup of hot chocolate with cookies after dinner on the couch every single day.
Whoa.
That is very unique. I don't think anyone else does that. I mean, you do see those big containers of the hot chocolate powder. I'm like, who's going through that?
Well, and some of the hot chocolates now that you can get at the store are unreal. Like Rolo. Where was that when I was a kid?
Yeah. I did win yesterday, and then Ryder started pouting at the end of the show, says Shalina. Thank you for reminding us, so I'm going to go first.
And now you have the lead, if that is the case.
Perfect.
6.5.
Okay, so I'm obviously going to dibs the after shoveling snow hot chocolate.
Ooh.
Your cheeks are rosy, you're a little bit sweaty, then you bundle up on the couch. You pour yourself a hot chocolate. You deserved it. You worked really hard.
Nobody says pour themselves a hot chocolate.
Why not?
You make yourself a hot chocolate.
It's the same thing.
No. If you're like, hey, can I pour you a hot chocolate? I'd be like, what? Nobody says that.
I think you're just threatened that I'm in first place. Reece, you're next.
Okay, for my first overall pick, I'm going to go with having a hot chocolate on Christmas morning. I don't think it gets any more legit than that.
Okay. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Pour yourself a hot chocolate, do you?
I'm more of a Baileys and coffee kind of girl, but I respect those who would rather have a mocktail.
Best time or place to have a hot chocolate with my first pick, I'm going with a ski chalet.
That's so good.
Yeah, after a few good runs, few good turns, go in there and ask them if they'll pour me a hot chocolate.
All right. My next pick. Small town hockey rink hot chocolate. It's rare. It's always made with milk instead of hot water. It's so good. Bring it on.
Are you talking the machines or no? Like, do they have the machines?
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
Either or.
Yeah, just
or they're
wondering.
made by someone who's volunteering behind the concession.
They're just whipping it
and
up.
They whip it up. And the little mini marshmallows.
Yeah, all right. Reece, your second choice.
My second overall pick is going to be when you're watching a Christmas movie. There's a bit of a theme to mine.
Okay.
So when you're watching a Christmas movie, all cuddled up on the couch in front of the fire.
Sure.
It's pretty nice chill.
Smashing through some eps.
I'm going to go with my second choice, the bank.
What?
The bank. If you're at a bank, you're waiting, the line's long, you look over, you see the coffee machine, you know the coffee's going to be trash. Then you look at it and you're like, oh, what? I can get a mocha? Or a hot chocolate. The bank.
The bank.
They got good hot chocolate machines.
And you don't feel silly doing it. They encourage you to have a cup.
You're standing there
You're waiting. You're bored. It's the only exciting thing that they have.
If I go to a bank and they don't have a hot chocolate machine option, I'm taking my money out and I'm going down the street.
That seems like a lot of work. Okay, my third pick is the going to see Christmas lights hot chocolate. I feel like this is an annual tradition for so many people. You know, you get the kids and the dogs in the car and you go and you check out some awesome displays.
Okay.
And you get yourself a hot chocolate.
Even Rad Torque Raceway. I feel like you mentioned before checking out those Christmas lights getting a hot chocolate just the other day on the show.
I think I had one the last time I went and checked out their Christmas lights and it was delicious.
Look at you go.
Those are my three. I hope you vote for me.
Reece, your third and final pick for the 3 stars of anything.
My final selection is going to be when you're at a breakfast joint. Could be hungover, could be sober, whatever you feel like. But when you have a hot chocolate there with an eggs Benny or something like that.
Okay.
A little whipped cream.
Good answer. Good answer.
We've got a really good one in the chat that none of us have said yet.
Maybe I'll use it for my final pick.
Do you see it there?
I think I do. I'm going to go with, for my third pick, the bottom of a tobogganing hill. This, I know it's a little out there.
It's not going to get you any votes because no one does that.
Yeah. When you go out tobogganing, take some treats. Take a thermos. Do a couple runs. Have a hot chocolate. Maybe start a fire, unless you're at like a park in Edmonton and they don't allow fires.
So where are you finding this hill that you're allowed to have a fire at the bottom?
Well, like small towns. Everybody knows of the hill in the small town, and there's always somebody having a fire there, and they always have hot chocolate.
This sounds like a fake story.
No, it's not a fake story.
You should have gone with the suggestion, which was the ODR.
ODR was mentioned, and car dealership was mentioned as well.
Car dealership, so funny.
Same machine as the bank.
It is the same machine, except I do feel like the one at the car dealership is cleaned more often.
Lance says, I refuse to vote for the bank.
Because who goes to the bank these days, someone said.
Let's go with our 3 again, just rapid fire, see what we got.
Okay, so I went with the post shoveling snow hot chocolate, the looking at Christmas lights hot chocolate, and the, what was my third one?
Lisa, small town rink.
Small town hockey rink hot chocolate. Vote for me.
I went with ski chalet, the bank, and at the bottom of a tobogganing hill.
I had Christmas morning, watching a Christmas movie, and at a breakfast joint.
All right, get your votes in.
Wait, we didn't even get to hear his third.
We didn't?
Yeah, we didn't even get to hear him break down his third.
Yeah, he did.
I think I'm hangry. I don't remember it.
He said it's at the 24-hour breakfast place while eating an Eggs Benedict.
How come I don't remember that? Are we in a simulation? Am I on Pluribus?
Everybody else remembers it.
I don't. I need to eat. All right, get that poll up in the chat. Let's see who wins 3 stars of anything today.
If I lose again, man, Lisa is out to a very big and quick lead.
The outdoor rink is the goat hot chocolate. It's so true. None of us even chose that. That's the honorable mention in the chat.
Yeah. We'd probably, all 3 of us would get beat by some of the people in the chat here, hey, on some of these 3 stars of anything.
That's why I love that we open it up. We open the floor to those of you that want to contribute as well.
This says, damn, Ryder, your other 2 were so good. The bank, though?
I love Ryan. It just happened. Yeah, I know. And I maybe just wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I was too focused on the chat room.
Just go and try one at the bank if you haven't had one, and then get back to me.
It's going to be gross.
No, it's not. It's a great time killer.
Did you guys used to let your big marshmallows melt a little bit on the top of the hot chocolate and then you'd suck on them and spit them back into the cup?
No.
Reese?
I didn't suck on them, but I had marshmallows in my hot chocolate.
You guys ever let your big marshmallows out?
Did you? I think everyone's done this. Did you ever take marshmallows and put them between your fingers and do like this until it turned into goo?
No.
And then eat it off your fingers?
Nope.
Me neither.
Okay. You really do need to eat. Hey?
I'm starving.
Yeah. Hello, CIBC. I am here for the hot chocolate, please.
They're like, sir, would you like to open up an account with us? No. I would just like a hot chocolate extra Marshies.
Lance is really upset with my pick. He doesn't like it on the text at all. Ryder has to go apply for a loan to have a hot chocolate at the effing bank. Wow.
QF Pro 21 said, "Why would I go to the bank?" Yes, let's all turn on Ryder.
If you haven't had one yet, all I'm telling you.
They're gonna be bad.
No.
Okay, everybody go to a bank near you, even if you don't have an account there. Go in, get a hot chocolate, and then send us a video of your review or a SpeakPipe audio drop, which we will take any of your stories. Speakpipe.com/Ryder and Lisa. Reach out anytime.
Can anybody please back me up here? Everybody's all, oh, Lisa, memory unlocked. I've also done the marshmallow thing.
No, people are not agreeing with my weird marshmallow moves. I shouldn't have brought them up.
Oh, I have done neither, is what Dawn said. I thought she was agreeing with you. All right, well, that was complete nonsense, but we got it done, and it looks like Lisa is going to run away with 3 stars of anything.
How did
for
I
today.
win?
You had a pretty good list. I'm actually going to give you that point right now.
It's the small town hockey rink.
We're going to start putting some significant wagers on this sucker. After we get to 10, we wipe it, start again, race to 10. Loser has to do something like wear panties backwards.
I do that anyway. Okay. Anyway.
Should we get to our bets for the day?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. It's a big day for football.
Sure is. And our bets, as always, this segment brought to you by Sports Interaction, Sportsbook, and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Let's get her done. What do you got?
I'm just laughing. My bank doesn't have hot chocolate. Do I need a new bank?
Yes, you do.
Apparently you do. Go down the street. Take your money elsewhere. Speaking of money, I'm excited. Okay, so I am betting on the Lions to win. That game kicks off right away. Well, no, 11 in an hour. So I'm betting on the Lions to win, the Cowboys to win, and the Ravens. My odds are 316.
That's wrong. You didn't take the Cowboys.
Oh, nope. I originally was going to take the Cowboys, but then I changed my mind. So I'm going with Lions, Chiefs, and Ravens. Sorry.
And I am going with Lions, Cowboys, and then the over in the last game.
Why are we doing opposites with one game? That's like our house inevitably is losing money. We need to have discussions before we do our bets. What is wrong with us? Anyway, every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Get in on the action with parlay boosts, live betting, and easy deposits and payouts. Bet now at sportsinteraction.com/OilersNation. 19 plus. Please play responsibly.
Time for what we learned today. Going to be getting into some important lessons.
I learned.
No.
Oh, there's an intro?
There's an intro, yeah.
Okay.
Sauce. Sorry, Reece, threw that one at you a little too fast.
No, that was my bad.
Okay. It has a song, too, but
Honestly,
we don't need to hear it
who
today.
cares? Half the time, I can't even think of anything that I didn't even remember Reese's last 3 stars of anything. I shouldn't even speak. And I need to have a snack before the show. We're learning this.
Important lessons that we learned today.
I like this one in the chat. Lindsay said, I learned that butter chicken should not be boneless. Bone in.
I like that because I do feel like a bone-in dish has more flavor. But for convenience of eating, and butter chicken I like eating fast.
Because it's so good?
It's just less dangerous to have the bones out.
I think you can take the bones out, but you like cook it with it and then remove
Right.
it and put it back into the sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Sounds so good.
Anyway, what have you learned?
I got one. I learned that James Duthie is a dog dad and a very proud dog dad, and I can't wait to post the screenshot of his little fur baby from earlier on the show. That was so fun.
What a lovely dude, hey?
He was so sweet, and
Yeah.
I actually kind of felt bad that I was like wrapping it up
Uh-huh.
because he could have sat and chatted with us till right now.
Yeah,
So next time we get him on,
for the full show.
I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to let him go.
Tell us hockey stories.
He's great.
What did I learn today? I learned that Reece had a very good time after he got done work yesterday and went home and watched some TV.
And did other things probably. Reece, what did you learn on the show today?
Today I learned the power of the people when it comes to suing major corporations to get your point across.
Yes, power to the people is right. We got this question asked to us by Fowley Key. Have you guys hit any of the bets since the show started? Actually,
No.
yes, lots. I hit yesterday's bet, even though I bet it by accident.
That's true.
I thought I bet on the Jets to win with a Scheifele goal. I accidentally bet on the Capitals to win with a Scheifele goal, which is kind of counterproductive. Sure enough, Capitals win, Scheifele goal.
You had a betting angel there
Champion.
to tell you no.
Exactly.
You're not doing that. For me, my bets are always so fun because I'm always crushing it, and then something goes wrong at the last minute on my parlay, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Every single time. Like when Clattenburg scored,
Right.
come on, that would have been so epic to brag about that for the rest of my life.
Just needed an Oilers win with it, and they weren't even close.
No, but it's so much fun. So we'll see what happens with I'm excited to watch some football today and see what the outcome is.
Absolutely. Is that about it? Oh, you know what we should do before we wrap the show is let you know about our trip to Vegas that we're going on, and we'd love for you to join us. March 24th to 27th, we are taking over the Fortress and bringing the full nation energy to Vegas, and this is for a Oilers game. Edmonton going to be taking on Vegas March 26th. We've got standing room lower bowl with food and drinks included. Also, there's a watch party for the night before with everybody. Edmonton taking on Utah. Food and drink specials there. We've got a party bus taking you to the rink. We've got 3 nights at Circa Resort and Casino on Fremont Street, plus daily access to a stadium swim. There's going to be some live Oilers Nation shows going on from there. It's going to be an absolute riot. Hope that you'll join us in Vegas.
Today was a really fun show. I had a good time. So make sure you are liking this video, subscribing, tell your friends about this episode. I mean, if they're huge fans of James Duthie and they weren't up to watch this episode, tell them, send them the link for them to have 2 hours fly by at some point during their day, maybe on the treadmill at the gym, maybe at home. You can put us up on the TV.
Yes.
We appreciate all the support. We're having so much fun with this gig. And tomorrow's going to be just as fun, if not more fun, because who doesn't love Feisty Friday?
It's going to get nasty.
Ask Reece. Okay, talk to you tomorrow. Much love. We love you guys so much.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like it, hype it, and share it with your friends.
And to not miss any of our content, make sure you're subscribing to the Oilers Nation YouTube channel.